हरेश आया मां हिते आया तव्हां सां गॾु सेकंड सन से पापा मां रमेश आया मां भी हिते आया दीपक से पापा मां भी हिते आया सुरेश से पापा मां भी हिते आया he opens his eyes and he says अगर सब हिते आहिनि त दुकान ते केरु आहे So exactly if all the Sindhis are here then who is doing business outside, you know? But yeah, my name is Atul Khatri. I am a stand-up comedian. I perform in English. I can understand Sindhi, but I can't speak Sindhi properly. Even though Asha ji has been trying to convince me to speak Sindhi. Yeah, I'm a very, very proud Sindhi. I'm a Shikarpuri Sindhi. Any Shikarpuris in the house? Make some noise. Yeah. So I'll tell you, I didn't know the exactly how Shikarpuris are, but I'm married to a Punjabi. I'll talk about it later. And my wife went to buy diamonds at this Waterfield Road one day. You know Waterfield where all these jewelry shops are there. And she was choosing some diamonds. Then the jeweler came and told her, okay, what's your name? Her name is Shaguna. She's saying, Acha, you're Punjabi. She's saying, but I'm married to a Sindhi. She's saying, Acha, Sindhi, who? He's saying, Khatri. He's saying, are you Shikarpuri? Are they Shikarpuri? He's saying, yes. He's saying, then these diamonds your mother-in-law will reject. I'll show you some better diamonds, you know. So these are what Shikarpuris are. But I actually studied here in the school opposite called St. Teresa's Boys High School. You know, that time it's a Jesuit school, but it was full of Sindhis. Any people from St. Teresa's Boys High School? Except we have quite a few people from Khar, Bandra, yeah, you know. Yes. And that time having a saint prefix attached in front of a school was a very big thing, you know. Like St. Teresa, St. Xavier, St. Thomas, St. Stanislaus. So other children who didn't go to these schools used to have a very inferiority complex, you know. Then which school do you go to? St. Jamnabai Nursi High School, you know. But yeah, man, I'm a Sindhi. I'm actually a member of Khar Gymkhana. Any members of Khar Gymkhana make some noise? Oh, a lot of them. You know. I love Khar Gymkhana. Whenever I go there, I see my own Sindhi people with excessive body hair, thick bushy eyebrows, hair coming out of the ears, hair coming out of their chest coming out of the hair. But it is here at Khar Gymkhana that we Sindhis have given such a big contribution to the world, which each of you use it whenever you go out to eat. And this contribution is based on simple mathematical ratios of 1/2, 2/3, and 3/5 when it comes to soups. Come on, give a round of applause to the Sindhis. We have invented this. Let me tell you how it happened long time ago. See, I'm so old, I have to use the word long also twice. Long time ago, we were 13 of us kids. We went to Khar Gymkhana for a birthday party. The waiter came and took an order. Each of us ordered our own individual sweet corn chicken soup. The waiter took an order, went to the head of the table to that wicked Sindhi aunt. She asked him, "Bacha log ne kya order kiya?" He said, "Madam, 13 sweet corn chicken soup." Because tum charya ho gaya, bacha log itna soup piyega. Ek kaam karo, cancel all this, make it 3/13. 3/13. How the hell can you make 3 soups into 13 portions? What kind of measuring instrument do they have in the kitchen? I can imagine the chef must not be a cook, he must be a computer engineer, scientist, sitting inside the kitchen surrounded by computers and calculators, whose only job is to calculate these complex mathematical ratios and to see that the restaurant doesn't go out of business. And he must be waiting dreadfully inside the kitchen, waiting for the next waiter to come and ask him, "Ab kya order laya Saleh?" And you say, "Sir, tomato soup 5/23. But this has left a huge mark on me. Now, sometimes whenever I go alone for shows, I'm traveling. Whenever I'm eating alone, I always order my soup 1/2, even if I'm eating alone. Because when you order your soup 1/2, you pay for 1, but you get 1.2. 1.25 makes a difference to all of us. And that day, remember when our 3/13 soup came, we had to cover with our hands so that it doesn't evaporate. But yes, I'm a very proud Sindhi. My dad actually was born in Mumbai. My granddad was born in Mumbai in Bhuleshwar. My granddad was born in Bhuleshwar. But my mother came from Shikarpur in undivided India, as Mohit said, you know. Which basically, she was from Pakistan that time. Which basically means I'm half Indian, half Pakistani. Which means I'm constantly at war with myself. I hate Nawaz Sharif, but I love Hina Rabani. And because I'm in this confused state of mind, somebody said you must go to the Wagah border, because that's where you can see this Indo-Pak thing happening. How do you been to the Wagah border? Make some noise here. Yeah. For those who have not been, obviously this side, the Atari side, the Wagah border is the border between India and Pakistan, close to Amritsar. And what India and Pakistan have done is they made these giant stadiums on both sides of the road where people can go and sit and watch that closing gate ceremony. Now, on any given evening you go there, on the Pakistani side, there are 30-40 bored Pakistanis sitting. And on that same evening on the Indian side, there are 4-5 million over-enthusiastic Indians. Just happy to be born free of cost in the largest democracy in the world. Sab naach rahe, sab khush hai. We could see some Pakistanis sitting over there. There was this lady next to me sitting. I think she was seeing Pakistanis for the first time. She started telling the children, "What देखो बच्चों लोग पाकिस्तानी बिल्कुल इंसान लगते हैं, तो क्या बदर लगेंगे, हैवान लगेंगे?" We started waving out to the Pakistanis. They started waving out to us. But their waving out was more than, "Can we come there, please? Can we come there?" Then he thought, now something will start. But songs started. I didn't even know there were songs playing. First on the Pakistani side, some songs started. La ilahi Pakistan, Pakistan. Even the Pakistanis were confused. कौन सा गाना चला, कभी सुना ही नहीं हम लोगों ने. Then on our side, a late Lata Didi का आवाज शुरू हुआ, "ऐ मेरे वतन के लोगों." We started singing. Even the Pakistanis started singing with us. And in fact, they knew the lyrics better than us. जनाब हाथ में नहीं, आंख में भर लो पानी. जनाब आंख में भर लो पानी. We thought now something will start, but no, two MCs came on the road with mics just like me. One on the Pakistan side, one on the Indian side. And the Pakistani side guy said first, "अब जो हमारी आवाज है हिंदुस्तान तक पहुंचनी चाहिए." And he said, "Pakistan." Now 30-40 bored Pakistanis. Their Zindabad didn't reach India. No, it just reached the gates. In fact, the baad of the Zindabad just trickled over the gates. And our guys said, "हमने पाकिस्तान की आवाज सुनी, अब जो हमारी आवाज है पाकिस्तान तक पहुंचनी चाहिए." And we were all waiting. And he said, "Bharat Mata Ki." And the jai was so loud, it skipped the gates, it skipped Pakistan, and went to Afghanistan. Somewhere in the Tora Bora mountains, Taliban, jai kisne bola, jai kisne bola. They were screaming, we were screaming, they were screaming, we were screaming. At one time, the atmosphere was so charged up that if our guy, instead of Bharat Mata Ki Jai, would have just told us Akraman, within 15 minutes, we would have captured Lahore and Islamabad just with the handy cams. But yeah, man, as I said earlier, I'm a Sindhi married to a Punjabi, two of the hairiest communities in India. Obviously, I had a love marriage, common love for hair. Me and my wife met for the first time at a medical shop, at a chemist shop. We were both buying Gillette together. And I remember my wedding morning, man. I was so anxious, I was so tense, not because I'm getting married, not because I have to be with the same woman for the rest of my life, no. But as a Sindhi groom, I was so tense that how many dinner plates would get consumed at my wedding reception. We had instructed all our close relatives that 4 of you should share from one plate. But some of them went patriotic, they started washing the plates in the swimming pool of the hotel. 6 of them started eating from one plate. And I had a barat on that body. My barat was 1 kilometer long from my house to the wedding hall. But it took 5 hours to reach because my friends were drinking and dancing as if there's no tomorrow. And to add to the misery, my dad ordered this huge big horse, not realizing the son is a pretty dwarf. 5 hours I sat on the horse like this. I did fairas like this. I got married 30 years ago, things still hurt down there. And I remember coming out of the shower in the morning, first night of honeymoon, my wife looked at me and said, "You, what is all that white on your body?" I said, "This is talcum powder. We Sindhis put talcum powder after a bath. What do you Punjabis put?" She said, "We put deodorant." "Are you bloody mad? Deodorant costs 200 rupees. Powder costs 80 rupees. We Sindhis mix it to 10 kilos of atta and use it throughout the year." Within 1 week, even she shifted to atta. You know, my wife gets very upset whenever I do these hairy jokes. Rightfully. Even today she was very upset because I had to come here for this event. And true story, right now it's her best friend's Sangeet function happening in Juhu somewhere. But I'm so glad to Vicky to call me over here. Because you know, I hate Sangeet functions. See, Sangeet functions one time in a country were very good. You could go there, drink, dance, have a good time. But slowly and steadily, thanks to the Marwadis, the Sangeet function has become nothing but, listen to this carefully, a platform where both the families of the bride and bridegroom can fulfill all the unfulfilled Bollywood vasanas and display their bad dancing talents in front of a hostage and captive audience. It's like saying we have paid for this function, you rascals sit and watch us perform. And I'm fine if the bride and bridegroom's young friends come and dance, no problem. But the problem starts in every chachaji, chachiji, mamaji, mamiji, bank managers, debtors, creditors, servants, buddy, everybody wants to come and dance. And they don't even choose songs that befit their age. I went for this Marwadi function, there was an 80-year-old Dadiji dancing to ooh la la, main hu teri fantasy. I said, DJ, stop the music, Dadiji idhar aiye. Whose fantasy are you waiting? And always, competition hoti hai, Sangeet mein. So other side, there was a 90-year-old Naniji from the other side, wearing a red sari, dancing to you amay chammak chalo, Prabhu mujhe upar le lo. But honestly speaking, her dance moves were good. But the only thing was that the tubes of oxygen respirator were coming in the way of a dance move. And the two nurses dancing behind her, up gayi, they were not dancing properly. अरे लास्ट टाइम मैं संगीत फंक्शन पे गया था मारवाड़ियों के, साला 1:30 बजे तक खाना नहीं लगाया था. मेरे मैनेजर बोल वाले खाना लगाओ कल काम पे जाना है. तो भाई साहब बुआ जी ढंग से चुपचाप बैठी है. तो मेरे फ्रेंड्स बोलते यार तू इतना प्रॉब्लम तो घर से खाना क्यों नहीं जाता, घर से खाना करके जा संगीत पे. ऐसे पागल है क्या? वी आर सिंधीज. हमको कार्ड का इनविटेशन आता है, 3 दिन हम गैस सिलेंडर कंपनी को वापस दे देते हैं. And because I'm at a Sindhi function, and thanks to Asha Chandji, actually last week I performed in Dubai, and she said, you must do, let's give a round of applause to her. She's doing so much the Sindhi Sangat is doing. She told me, you must do something for Sindhi if you're coming to Dubai. So I researched on internet, there are some pahakas. Some of the older people will know what are pahakas, pahakas? Yeah? See, I'll tell you what happens. I'll tell you honestly, I told this to Asha ji also. What happens in all these Sindhi functions, all the elders come definitely. All the young people don't come because they don't understand the language and all that. So I said it's very important to do something in English, Sindhi, whatever, so that young people come. Just so that you don't get your young kids just for miti mighty. So there are some pahakas, just to let you know, pahakas. I can see some of the young people sitting over there. These are basically proverbs. As I said, Sindhi je bhasha jo singar jo kam karna hai. This is how our elders used to think. It was the experience and how humor was used to convey a point, and how they have been passed over through generations. I'll give you one pahaka. Ayat Eid Nata Rozo. You heard that, right? You all understood? Yeah, you understood. You 3 kids. Yeah, you understood, right? Yeah. Then one is Nuwa Aaye Ta Ghar Ji Suwa Aaye. Yeah. Now this stops here. Now it gets slightly more brutal. Jai diyak hai, lage nuak hai. Dhakkan diya ke sudre nuak. Huh? Dhakkan diya ke sudre nuak. This is Bombay ji English to Bhopal ji English. पाने में रखते. Then one is baar aaye much jo waar. Baar aaye much jo waar. You can manipulate your child as much you could want it to. Then one is I like this one a lot. Dua sukhe van ke bhi sawa kare. These are not my beat. There's a lady called Maya Vasandani. You can follow her on YouTube, and even Sindhi Sangat has done amazing. There's some 2,000 pahakas online. You can go and see. It's nice. Very nice. Then another one which is very nice is Andar vyare kav, bahar boli hansaji. You keep a crow inside, but you talk the language of a swan. Then one is Bhai ji khabar chulke. Someone who's very close to you only understands. Like for example, my wife gets asked a lot, oh, you're living with a comedian, he must be so funny at home, he's so funny. And he's saying, no. He's just like any other husband, And one second last one is very, very important in today's world where there's so many wars happening, Earn money, jagro chutto. Did I say it rightly? Yeah, fantastic. I'm looking at Asha ji, she's my principal here. And one more is Jetro Kaido, Hotro Faido. And my favorite one is Mathe de topi he tugaro. I think I'll stop at that. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I think we have a lot of things happening. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
त हिन भाऊ मूंखे चयो त मूंखे न चइजांइ सिंधी ॻाल्हाइण लाइ या कुझु जोक बोक करण लाइ चयसि मां त कुझु कोन चवंदीसि पर जेके माण्हू वेठा अथई उहे छॾींदा कान सो तूं कुझु तयारी करे अचु चई मां कुझु नओं कंदुसि त इन जे लाइ चई भला पोइ अंग्रेज़ी में कुझु चवां मूं चयोसि न सॉरी ॿिए दफ़े लाइ रखिजांइ ॿिए कंहिं प्रोग्राम में चइजांइ असांजे प्रोग्राम में रुॻो सिंधी ॻाल्हाइबो आहे ऐं सिंधी प्रोग्राम थींदो आहे एंड ही रियली ही त थोरा पहाका तव्हांखे ॿुधाई असांखे 20-25 ॿुधाई ऐं सभिनी हुनजो सम्मान कयो सभिनी हुनखे ॾाढो वणियो असां सभिनी खे ॾाढी ख़ुशी थी
तव्हांखे पूरा इन करे ॿुधाई तव्हां पूरा पैसा ॾिना